Who would have thought that behind the calm face and gentle smile of BTS's Kim Seokjin aka Jin, there is a sweet surprise that he is designing with sincerity and love for his youngest brother in the group, Jungkook. In the stillness of the night, amid the hustle and bustle of Korea's entertainment world that never sleeps, and among the excitement of fans who are counting down the days to the most awaited moment of the year, Jungkook's return from military service, Jin has secretly put together something so personal, touching, and heartwarming. A special gift prepared just for Jungkook. Yeah, just for him. Exclusive, emotional, and full of meaning. What exactly does the gift contain? Why did Jin decide to do it in secret? And how did the army react when this news came to the surface and shook their emotions until tears could no longer be held back? No one predicted that Jin, the oldest BTS member known for his cuteness, intelligence, and warmth, would design something so deep and personal. Moreover, after almost 2 years of BTS members living in waiting and temporary separation due to military duty that cannot be avoided by anyone in South Korea. But apparently Jin, who has already completed his enlistment, chose to use his precious time to show something far beyond a mere reunion, a form of affection between brothers wrapped in the most emotional surprise of the year. The news about this gift was first leaked from an insider who works in a close environment with the management of Big Hit Music. The source, who declined to be named for privacy reasons, revealed that Jin had ordered an exclusive item that could not be found on the market. The items are specially designed by renowned Italian artisans, using rare materials that are usually only used in royal projects or for world-class celebrity clients. But not only that, this gift is not just an expensive gift. No, much deeper than that. The genie inserts something that makes anyone who knows it will immediately feel the vibration of Haru that touches the soul. According to the source, Jin had written a long letter to Jungkook. The letter was written by hand, in gold ink, on a handmade paper that is said to have produced only 100 pieces in the world. In the letter, Jin recounts their past memories, from their hard training days as trainees, to the moments they cried and laughed together as the world came to know BTS. But what melts hearts the most is the part when Jin reveals that he often feels like an older brother to Jungkook, someone who is responsible for the happiness and protection of the magne he has always held dear. Jungkook, I know the world may not always be gentle with you, but you have always been gentle with the world, Jin wrote in the letter, according to a source who read the excerpts. Now that you're home, let me be the first to welcome you not as a coworker, not as an idol, but as a hyung who is always proud of you, no matter what path you choose. The statement instantly spread like wildfire in the middle of a dry forest. Army A BTS fan community, known for its emotional closeness to each member, flooded social media with the hashtags #JinUntukJungkook, #MagneLineForever, and #KatoDarihyung. Some of them said they cried after reading the sentence from the Jin's letter. Some even said that this moment was more touching than anything they've seen since BTS debuted more than a decade ago. However, it wasn't just the letter and the special gift that made the news so controversial and viral. According to rumors that have not been officially confirmed by the agency, Jin is also coordinating a surprise party that will be held privately at Jungkook's house. The party was designed with the theme, Welcome Home, Our Golden Boy, and was said to be attended by only the closest people, including Jungkook's family, his childhood friends, and of course the other BTS members who are still serving in the army in turn. What makes things even more surprising is that Jin is reportedly also preparing a special song that has never been released before, and the song was written entirely by him, about Jungkook. The song is said to be a kind of offering of love and appreciation of a hyung to his sister. Army around the world began to speculate, will the song be released on streaming platforms? Will it be a secret song that is only sung once in that private party? Or is this a sign of the beginning of BTS's long-awaited comeback project? Inevitably, all this speculation adds to the already boiling furor. Even some South Korean media have begun to covert investigative coverage to find out who the craftsman of the gift is, what the true shape of the gift is, and whether it is true that Jin has prepared a new song. Several of BTS' large overseas fan bases, from Brazil to Turkey, have begun holding ceremonial countdowns that will end on what is expected to be Jungkook's return day. Meanwhile, Korean entertainment industry analysts stated that Jin's move could be a very important symbol for BTS's future. In a situation where many K-pop groups have broken up or lost direction after members enlist, BTS shows incredible emotional cohesiveness. What Jin did wasn't just a personal surprise, said Kim Na-young, a senior analyst at Korea Culture Review. This is a symbolic declaration that BTS will never break up. They are not just a music group, they are a family. Of course, amid the flood of tears and virtual hugs that flooded the fandom, there were also voices that questioned, why did Jin choose to keep this a secret? And why is it only now being revealed? Is there any tension among the previous members that is now being diluted by this moment? Or is this part of a larger strategy by HYB to build anticipation for a big, long-rumored project? Until this news is written, Big Hit Music has not issued an official statement. However, the spokesperson did not deny that something very personal and emotional was being prepared by Jin. They only suggested that fans prepare for a moment that will stir hearts and strengthen the bond between BTS and ARMY. The ARMY itself has begun to create a solidarity movement. Several fanbase communities are planning projects simultaneously to welcome Jungkook's return. Among them are lighting purple lights in their homes, sharing love letters for BTS on social media, to planning large donations in the name of Hyung for Magne to various charitable organizations. As a form of support for the values of brotherhood and compassion shown by Jin.1 Army veteran at Purple Moon JK, wrote on Twitter/X, I'm not just crying because of Jin's gift, but because the world still has room for pure affection like this. Among all the industrial noise, Jin shows that brotherly love never knows the word done. This story is not over. There are still many details waiting to be unlocked. There are still many feelings that have not been expressed. And there is still Jungkook, the golden boy, the eternal magne who does not yet know that the most touching emotional shock of his life is waiting for him at home, from a Hyung who has always secretly watched over him, loved him, and prepared a warm lap for him to go home. And now, the biggest question remains, how did Jungkook react when he opened the gift? Is he going to cry? Smile? Don't you mean Jin? Or will it all be the beginning of a new, more emotional chapter in BTS's history? What is certain, the ARMY is not only preparing to welcome Jungkook back from state duty. They also prepare to witness a new history, a chapter written in tear ink and the sincere love of a genie, the worldwide handsome who secretly embraces the world with a priceless gift. As this news spread like a purple storm across the world, the ARMY did not stand still. The collective emotions they felt were not just the joy of welcoming Jungkook home from military service. No, this is more than a comeback moment. This is an emotional moment that cannot be described in words. There was crying. There is a virtual hug. There is a feeling of nostalgia that rises like a big wave hitting a reef, because what comes back is not only Jungkook, but also memories that have been buried in silence. Memories of the times when BTS were still together on one stage, laughing together, singing in one voice, and staring in the same direction. Many fans have re-uploaded old moments when Jin hugs Jungkook as he cries at concerts, or when Jin half-jokingly tells Jungkook to stop being too perfect.